Next, I will open the meeting of the Nevada State University Foundation, meeting of the members of the corporation at 8:46. First item is public comment. Is there any public comment at GBC?
None at this time.
Thank you. Any public comment at the system office in Reno?
None at this time.
Thank you. Any public comment here at UNLV? Seeing none, is there any public comment on the phone, SES?
Not at this time.
Thank you. Item number 2, the annual report, and I will go to Provost Fry.
Good morning, Regents. For the record, Sarah Fry, Provost, Nevada State University. I'd like to introduce Sonia DeBonis, our Chair of the NSU Foundation Board of Trustees, and with her, Erin Keller, Vice President for Advancement. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair Carvello, members of the Board of Regents, Interim Chancellor Charlton, and fellow guests. My name is Sonia DeBonis, and I am completing my second year as Chair of Nevada State University Foundation Board of Trustees. I'd also like to introduce my Vice Chair, Brian Simmons. As you can see from our annual report, I'm in charge. What button do I push? There you go. Got it. Okay. As you can see from our annual report, fiscal year 2024 was not our strongest fundraising year, with $7,609,464. Next slide. While that number was not where we would like it to be, we did have many other successes. As you saw in our annual report, we highlighted 2 great donors for the year. We received our first endowed scholarship from a current student, and we are excited to share that she has since given us another large gift to support our campus. We also continued building fundraising relationships with organizations like Scottish Rite, who have been longtime supporters of our speech language pathology program. And finally, we're happy to induct Nevada Energy into the Gibson Society, our cumulative giving society. We focused on establishing and spending the funds we received last fiscal year, for our First and Fierce program. Using the $5 million anonymous gift we received last year for this program, and it supports our first-generation college students and has far-reaching effects. We are diligent in identifying and recruiting new board members to the foundation. As you can see, we also changed our bylaws for the name change and aligned our committees with the growing needs of the foundation. These changes allow board members to use their expertise to support Nevada State. And speaking of change, our last fiscal year, we focused on publicly changing our name to Nevada State University. Fulfilling our promise not to use state dollars for these needs, we used short-term investments of donor funds for the physical changes we made. With these funds, we offered our alumni the ability to receive a free reprinted diploma with our new name, Nevada State University. Alumni were asked to complete a survey to receive their new diplomas, and with that survey, we gathered key data about our alumni that will help us better serve them. We've been lucky to hire 2 new staff members in fiscal year 24 as well. Last year, you met Catherine Phillips, our new Director of Annual Giving. And this year, we've hired Charlie Mara, our first ever alumni coordinator. She will be mining the data from the alumni survey and will be growing our engagement efforts. Finally, just a few weeks ago, we hired our new Senior Director of Development, Veronica Fisher, who will be leading our major gift efforts. As we look forward in our growth, we hired Phoenix Philanthropy Group to complete a feasibility study to determine our ability to conduct a comprehensive campaign. Thank you to both Regent Perkins and Chancellor Charlton for taking time to talk with our consultants. We've also completed an RFP process to hire a new investment firm. And as you see in our report and in our metrics, we have seen modest growth in our endowment and look forward to working with endowment partners to continue growing this fund even more. Finally, we look forward to 2025. We plan to start athletics and are actively fundraising for the program. We will continue to focus on the growth of the foundation board, and we will analyze the report from Phoenix Philanthropy Group to determine our next steps in a comprehensive campaign. Thank you for your time this morning, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your report. I have a question from Regent Brown.
Thank you so much, Regent Brown, for the record. Something that you said actually caught my attention. You said that you guys were doing, allowing for them to get their diplomas reprinted. And this actually might not be an appropriate question for you, but maybe a good follow-up. It was my understanding that that was actually not going to happen, that the name change was from that date moving forward. So this graduating class would have been or last year's graduating class would have been the first, and that we weren't going to do a retro, and the chair did remind me that maybe there was like an accreditation issue with this. So if this is not the appropriate meeting, or if you're not the appropriate person to answer that, but that did catch my attention.
Good morning, Erin Keller for the record. We actually worked through the accreditation process. We worked with our accrediting body for the approval of this. So I think at the meeting where we had the approval of the name change, that was still up in question. We started with the name change here, then afterwards got special approval from them so that the reprint could happen for those alums that wanted it after the fact.
Okay. I think for me, this is the first I'm hearing of it, and when we voted on it, I genuinely thought it was from that day moving forward. I don't have a strong opinion either way. It's just it was interesting to learn today. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Regent Del Carlo.
I'd like to know what the secret sauce is to get 1,200 alumni to return a survey. I'm begging yesterday to our board members to return our survey for ACCT. Our goal was 2,000 and we have over 10,000 members, so.
Erin Keller for the record. I really think that was the appeal. I think it shows how much our alumni really wanted to be a university and change the name. So yeah, it's a fantastic return rate. It's almost 15% return rate. We're super excited. And it happened within seconds. The minute we sent the email, I think we had 200 responses almost immediately.
Wow, that's amazing. And I hope that donation letter went out at the same time.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or comments? I will entertain a motion to accept the annual report for the Nevada State University Foundation.
I make a motion to accept the report for the NSU Foundation.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second by Regent Brown.
Thank you. A second from Regent Brown. So I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, item number 3, the slate of officers for your information. Item 4, consent items, which is the financial statements, appointments, reappointments, and bylaw revisions. I will entertain a motion for that item.
Motion to approve by Susan Brager.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second by
Thank-
Regent Brown.
Thank you. So a motion from Regent Brager and a second from Regent Brown for consent items. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Is there any new business for the NSU Foundation? Hearing and seeing none, I will close that. Public comment. Is there any public comment at GBC?
There is none at this time.
Thank you. Is there any public comment at the system office in Reno?
None at this time.
Thank you. Any public comment here at UNLV? Seeing none. SES, is there any public comment on the phone?
There's none at this time.
Thank you very much. So I will close the meeting of the NSU Foundation at 8:56 a.m. Thank you.